All right, let's get right into it. We are breaking down what might be the biggest game of the entire NFL season, a massive Week 18 showdown between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. So let's be clear, this is not just another game. I mean, the stakes, they could not be any higher. For the winner, you get the NFC West crown, you get the all-important number one seed, and you get home field advantage all the way through the playoffs. So yeah, the entire season, it all comes down to this one game. It is the definition of winner take all. And the big question is, who's going to step up? Who's going to grab control of the whole conference? But, before we even get into the X's and O's, we got to look at the history here, especially the recent history between these two rivals. And let me tell you, it paints a very clear picture. When you're talking about this rivalry lately, there's really one number that just leaps off the page. 4. That's how many times the San Francisco 49ers have beaten the Seahawks in their last 5 meetings. Talk about a shift in power. And this chart, it really breaks down just how one-sided this has been. It's not just that 4-1 record. Look at this. They're 3-2 against the spread. That means they're not just winning, they're blowing out expectations. And that plus 43-point differential? Yeah, the Niners have absolutely had Seattle's number. Okay, so let's see how all that plays out on the field. And we have to start with what might just be the hottest offense in the entire league right now, San Francisco's. And when I say hot, I mean scorching. To put it mildly, they are on an absolute tear. They've dropped back-to-back 40 burgers, putting up 48 on the Colts and then 42 on the Bears. This offense is it's a juggernaut. And who's the guy driving this whole machine? It's their quarterback, Brock Purdy. I mean, just look at these numbers from his last 3 games. Over 295 passing yards, a QB rating over 100 every single time. But it's not just the stats. Against Chicago, he threw a pick 6, a touchdown for the other team on his very first pass. And what'd he do? He didn't even blink. He marched right back down the field and led a touchdown drive. You can't teach that kind of cool. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Former NFL quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick said it perfectly. The way that Brock Purdy is playing right now has been exceptional. The guy's just playing with a ton of confidence. Okay, but here it is. This is the multi-million-dollar question. You have this unstoppable force on offense, but can they keep it rolling against what might just be the league's most immovable object, that Seattle defense? Seriously, this right here is the matchup that's going to decide the entire game. Seattle's pass defense is like a brick wall. They are number 1 in the whole league in yards per pass attempt allowed, number 2 in scoring defense. They basically make opposing quarterbacks look bad, holding them to the 4th lowest rating in the NFL. This is a true clash of the Titans. All right, so let's flip it around. When Seattle has the ball, it is a completely different story. What we've got is a really, really good offense going up against a 49ers defense that, well, it's been looking a little shaky lately. And this is probably Seattle's biggest edge coming into this game. Their offense is number 2 in the league in scoring. They've put up 26 or more points in 5 of their last 6 games. You've got guys like Jackson Smith and Jigba having an unbelievable season, 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, and they're going up against a Niners D that's ranked 19th and has been leaky. They've allowed over 24 points in their last 3 games and just got torched for 330 passing yards last week. So, okay, we've laid out the strengths, we've laid out the weaknesses. How does each team actually win this thing? Let's get into the game plan for both sides. This game could literally be won or lost right here in the trenches. You've got Christian McCaffrey, who's been on another planet, running for over 115 yards in his last 2 games, but he's smashing into Seattle's run defense, which is the 3rd best in the entire NFL. And don't forget, when these two teams played back in Week 1, Seattle held CMC to just over 3 yards a carry. Whoever wins this one battle, they're going to have a huge advantage. Okay, so with that battle in the trenches being so brutal, all the pressure, all the focus shifts to one guy, the X factor, Seattle's quarterback, Geno Smith. The game plan for defenses against Seattle is no secret. Sell out to stop the run and basically dare Geno to win the game with his arm. And if you look at his recent games, you can see why that's the strategy. He's had a couple of shaky outings in the last month with a QB rating under 85. And let's not forget how he struggled in that big playoff game last year. This is a huge moment for him, a chance for redemption, but man, the pressure is all on his shoulders to deliver when it matters most. And former Pro Bowler Andrew Whitworth really hit the nail on the head. He said, "This game means the most to them. San Francisco is going to put up points." He's right. The Seahawks offense can't afford to mess around. They have to come out swinging and score because you know the 49ers are going to put up points. So, if you're Seattle, how do you pull off this upset? What's the formula? Well, first, you've got to get your running backs Charbonnet and Walker going. Take that pressure off Geno. Second, that big-time defense has to do what it does best. Force Purdy into a couple of mistakes, maybe a turnover. And third, and this is the big one, Geno Smith has to play clean, protect the football, and make those big-time throws and clutch moments. And for the Niners, their path to victory is a little more straightforward. Step 1, let Purdy cook. Just let your hot-handed quarterback go win you the game. Step 2, feed Christian McCaffrey. Get him the ball early, get him the ball often, running and catching. And step 3, let Coach Kyle Shanahan work his magic with the play calling and keep that tough Seattle D guessing all day long. So, after all that analysis, what's the verdict? Well, the experts have weighed in, and both Ryan Fitzpatrick and Andrew Whitworth, they are rolling with the San Francisco 49ers to win this thing and lock up that #1 seed. And I mean, just look at this. It doesn't get much clearer. It's a clean sweep, a 100% consensus for the 49ers. The thinking is pretty simple. San Francisco's offense is just too explosive for Seattle to keep up with. So there you have it. The data points one way. The experts are all in agreement. Everything on paper says the 49ers are going to win this game. But it just leaves you with one last question, doesn't it? In a rivalry this heated, with the #1 seed on the line, does the game ever really go according to the script?